I know we all got our doubts about the last election. And I want to assure you, I share the concerns of millions of Americans about voting irregularities. And I promise you, come this Wednesday, we'll have our day in Congress. We'll hear the objections. We'll hear the evidence.
And I want to look them straight in the eye, and I want to tell them what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, and I think Clark Griswold spoke on behalf of all of us with regard to the utterly feckless, cowardly Mike Pence. Mike, America's not my concern, Pence. I'm sure many of you have already heard about his ridiculously repulsive response to his latest sham indictment against President Trump on J6. Again, an indictment for charges, ironically, Trump was already acquitted of by the United States Senate. Now Pence could have easily said that. He could have easily said, yo, we've been there. We've done this. The U.S. Senate over which I presided. We've already tried this matter. It's over. Move on. But no, that's not what he said. If you didn't catch it, here was Pence's response to what is most obviously a totally weaponized sham indictment. Today's indictment serves as an important reminder. Anyone who puts himself over the Constitution should never be president of the United States. Now, gang, that was not Nancy Pelosi. I mean, Nancy Pelosi could have said that. If I read that tweet to you and told you that was Nancy Pelosi, of course you'd believe me. That wasn't Chuck Schumer. That wasn't Adam Schiff. Or for that matter, it wasn't Joe Biden. That tweet, that could have come from any one of them, that tweet came from a Republican, a former vice president to boot. Now, obviously, Twitter exploded over this, okay? I'll give you just a sample of the savaging that Pence got. Cat Turd, one of my favorites. Good morning to everyone except used car salesman, phony, Ukraine first, backstabber, fake Christian loser Mike Pence. Sheriff Clark, Pence is committing political suicide. Somebody take the knife away from him as he slits his throat. Eric Spracklin, Mike Pence is a caricature of everything that is wrong with the GOP. Rhino traitor scumbag. Glad he's getting absolutely and rightfully crushed on Twitter tonight. Never turn your back on the people who made you. Robbie Starbuck, did you get paid in silver or cash? And my all-time favorite from Larry Schweikert. What a thoroughly evil, deceptive, deceitful, pus-bellied, schnock-dockered, ibex-raping, snot-swallowing, chode-gathering, scabber-collating, useless, weenieless, clueless, honorless, worm-riddled piece of anal tissue. Yeah, that along with Clark Griswold basically sums it up. But something deeper is going on here with Mike Pence, and I think we all know it. There's something far more symptomatic about his betrayal that we need to understand if we're going to both rescue the nation and the Republican Party in the process. But first, you know how you can really stick it to Mike Pence. That's by clicking on the link below and getting your very own set of these collectible, limited supply Trump cards. Patriots played their anti-globalist Trump card against the left in 2016, and we're getting ready to play it again in 2024. So what better way to show your support for Trump's re-election than with these 5 collectible pieces of Trump art? These cards have a limited supply, so don't wait. Only 2,500 sets of these cards are set to be made, and they all come with a certificate of authenticity verifying you own an original set. These make great gifts for any MAGA patriot in your life, and if you buy 2 sets, you also get a bonus gold Trump 2024 card absolutely free. These physical cards are high quality, made in America, and highly collectible. But again, there's only a limited supply, so don't wait. By the time you remember, they'll likely be gone. So click on that link below right now and get your Trump cards today. To really get what a person like Mike Pence is all about, we need to make a distinction between what we call a populist right party versus a populist light party. That's an important distinction to make to understand why we have so many Benedict Arnolds like Mike Pence in our party. A populist right party is a MAGA party from top to bottom, right? From bottom to top. All rhinos, all neocons have either left the party or they've adjusted themselves to the new political reality like Lindsey Graham has or Marco Rubio are trying to do, right? It's a full-blown patriot party from top to bottom. On the other hand, a populist light party is a party that has a MAGA base and nationalist populist grassroots, rank and file, but a neocon establishment leadership. And so while the rhino neocon establishment is certainly very happy to reap the electoral rewards of the growing populist movement, they still have an establishment mentality which easily digresses back to their rhino globalist norms, which so often involve alienating their deplorables base and throwing them under the bus. And this is because a populist right party and a populist light party operate by two fundamentally different politics. The populist right party operates by a politics of the people, where the values, concerns, and interests of the MAGA base are represented faithfully by their elected officials, like Trump did so well for 4 years. However, a populist light party is governed not by the politics of the people, but rather by the politics of the establishment, where GOP elected officials promote and protect the values, concerns, and interests of the donors of the permanent political class is amplified by the shameless cheerleading of the mainstream Marxist media. So this is why the party of the likes of Mike Pence, they see the Republican Party as nothing more than a special interest group for the establishment swamp. Politicians like Pence and Romney, they're dedicated to doing the bidding of CNN and New York Times and Goldman Sachs and donors. They care nothing about the working class men and women of our nation who wanted nothing to do with either one of the impeachment circuses that we suffered. They want nothing to do with the politics of the permanent political class, these indictments, and they certainly want nothing to do with establishment hacks like Mike Pence. So this is why there remains such a temptation to form a new party. The Patriot Party, right in the aftermath of November 3rd and the Republican betrayal led by Mike Pence that ensued. The key here is for the populist grassroots to so dominate the Republican Party that the GOP actually becomes the Patriot Party, or what we like to call the grand old Patriot Party. We have to so dominate the party that the likes of Mike Pence either switch their loyalties or they just leave the party altogether and form their own pathetic centrist third party. The good news is, as you can see from the Twitter responses, Pence is actually doing his part to guarantee the extinction of rhinos from the party. And given their propensity towards betrayal, it's an extinction that can't happen fast enough. Are you ready to join the resistance? Because I'm leading a group of dedicated, courageous patriots who can lead a spearhead into the heart of the secular globalist establishment. We punished Bud Light and Target, driven CNN and the legacy media to near bankruptcy, forced BlackRock to backtrack on ESG, and now we're seeing our conservative-dominated Supreme Court ending affirmative action and protecting religious liberty. In my Insiders Club, I show you concrete steps to take locally and online that will only keep this mass uprising going until the battle is won. Don't wait. Click the link in my description below and join my Courageous Patriots Insiders Club today.